Ever wonder why some live action adaptations soar while others crash and burn? It's a question that's been on the minds of fans for years, especially when it comes to bringing beloved anime to life. Uh, Netflix has been making a big push into this territory with varying degrees of success. And in just 2 months, the contrast will become, uh, even clearer. Um, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. We're diving into the world of live action anime and why One Piece is currently setting the standard. It's a story of adventure, friendship, and rubbery superpowers. And it's surprisingly translated well to the screen. When Netflix announced One Piece, many eyebrows were raised. Um, could they capture the spirit of this sprawling, fantastical world? Live action anime adaptations have a notoriously rocky history, but One Piece didn't just meet expectations, it blew them away. It created a world that both longtime fans and newcomers could enjoy. Emboldened by this success, Netflix took on another major anime property, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Unfortunately, the results were less impressive. And while One Piece felt like a loving tribute, Avatar felt off because with season 2 arriving in June, the differences will be stark. One Piece has a incredibly intricate story and a vibrant world. Getting a live action adaptation right was a huge challenge. The original anime is known for its over the top moments, colorful visuals, and expressive characters. Replicating that in live action seemed impossible. But the creators understood what made One Piece special. They didn't try to tone down, the silliness, or the spectacle, or they embraced it. They translating the anime's energy to the screen. At its core, One Piece is a character-driven story, and the Netflix series never forgets that Avatar: The Last Airbender and One Piece both have huge fan bases and were considered big risks for Netflix. It's natural that they're constantly compared. But while One Piece captured the heart and soul of its source material, Avatar missed the point. It wasn't that Avatar drastically changed the story. It was faithful to the plot, but it lacked the fun, the charm, and the emotional depth that made the original so beloved. Aang's journey was meant to be an adventure, but a Netflix adaptation felt serious, and not in a good way. The biggest problem with live action adaptations often comes down to altering the source material. But Avatar mostly stayed true to the plot, yet it still failed to capture the magic. Death Note, Bleach, and many others have suffered the same fate. Anime shows are often long, giving them time to flesh out their stories. Live action series, however, are constrained by budget and time control. This can lead to rushed storylines and underdeveloped characters. It's a tough balancing act. Furthermore, Avatar demonstrated that certain things work well in anime, but don't translate to live action, um, particularly action scenes. And that Avatar starts, um, anime has more freedom with visuals, allowing for dynamic and creative fight choreography. Live action is bound by the laws of physics. So why does One Piece work while Avatar struggles? It's not just about staying true to the plot, or it's about understanding the spirit of the original, embracing the silliness and prioritizing character development. It's about capturing the
feeling of the anime.
and honestly, it's a bit ironic. Uh, what's funnier than a pirate with a rubber body trying to adapt an animated series and completely missing the point? Um, um, it's like trying to bend water when you're supposed to be mastering fire. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.